How's it going? I'm back in the condo doing another backpacking meal prep. This time it's a home fry scramble. All right, so let's get to it. Let me show you how to prepare this meal. Okay, back to the cutting board. First thing I'm going to put in is a half a cup of these Harmony House potatoes. Now, one thing about these potatoes, or with like dehydrated hash browns, you do have to you will need to let these soak before you cook them. So this meal does require about 30-40 minutes of soaking before you actually cook the meal. So we have our half a cup of potato. Let's go ahead and put in 1 tablespoon of onion. And then the next item, we're going to have 1 teaspoon of garlic. And if you didn't go out and purchase the garlic from Harmony House, you could use granulated garlic or garlic powder. Next we have 1 tablespoon of bell pepper. Then we have 1 tablespoon, that would have been bad. 1 teaspoon of jalapeno.
1 teaspoon.
Okay, half a teaspoon of salt.
Or a little extra.
A 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. A 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. A 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. And then we got 1 teaspoon of dried cilantro. Alright, so there you have it. This is the potato veggie mixture. Now this meal does require a little bit of cooking on the trail. You could pre-soak it maybe the night before, fill it with water, and let those potatoes rehydrate. You could do it for about an hour before you cook it. So pre-soak, let that sit aside. Then I have a bacon sausage stick that I'm going to cut up. And I have dried whole eggs. I have 2 eggs worth of dried whole egg. You're going to get your fry pan nice and hot, throw some olive oil in there. Then you're going to throw down your rehydrated potatoes, start searing those, slice up and add in your sausage. And then once that looks like it's almost finished cooking, you will have added water and got these eggs into the consistency of scrambled eggs. And then you will add your egg mixture into your potato mixture and finish it off in the fry pan. And at that point, you could cover it with cheese, let the cheese melt, and you could either eat it with a tortilla or you could add some hot sauce, some ketchup, and you could just eat it like that out of the pan. Good morning. It is about 6:15 on my camping trip, and I'm about to prepare my breakfast, which is the scramble. It's got sausage, eggs, potatoes. The first step is to heat up a little bit of water. I'm going to heat up water for my coffee, and I'm going to use a little bit to rehydrate the potato vegetable mixture for my scramble. Alright, that should be good. It doesn't need to be boiling like with the
chicken tortilla soup. Harmony House does say that they will, their vegetables will hydrate in cold water, but I like to use hot water to rehydrate it just so it goes a little faster. So this is the potato mixture. And I'm just going to add enough water to cover. There we go. Just so that all the vegetables are covered in water. And we'll let this sit for 20 minutes will probably be fine. 20-30 minutes, and then once those are rehydrated, we could go to the next step. All right, while I'm waiting for the potato mixture to hydrate, I'm going to chop up the sausage that I brought. And I'm going to take some water and I'm going to rehydrate the dried egg till it gets the consistency of scrambled eggs. All right, so I got the egg. As you can see, it's like liquid egg now. I just add a little bit of cold water and then kind of worked it together like that until it came out to the consistency that you would have if you were to scramble up a few eggs at home. Okay, here we are for the breakfast hash. Hopefully this angle gives you a good view. I chopped up that jerky stick. It was a pork bacon flavored jerky. The potato mixture has rehydrated, and I have my scrambled eggs. All right, here we go. We got olive oil packet. I'll go ahead and pour this in here first. All right, this will probably go pretty fast once the pan heats up. So I got olive oil in there. I got the pan heating up. I'm gonna add my potato mixture. You can hear it sizzling already. I could already smell probably the onion and the garlic frying up. I'll give this a couple minutes. Now, one issue with a pan like this and doing this kind of cooking is tipping it over. This is an old REI non-stick pan, and I've lost a couple meals over the years backpacking just because you know, the base for the pocket rocket's not that wide, and so the pan might not be very balanced, so just use caution. So this is looking pretty good. It's starting to get some color on it, smelling delicious. I'm going to add the sausage to it. I'm just going to let those heat up a little bit, probably maybe like 30 seconds or so. Okay, here we are. That was probably about 30 seconds of just letting it cook. It will go pretty fast, so you want to be sure not to burn. I don't know what would burn first, the potato or like some of those veggies. Now it's good and hot. Okay. Again, don't lose it. It's good and hot, so I'm going to add the egg mixture right now. I don't know if you could tell on the camera, these, you know, eggs, I was saying get the consistency of scrambled eggs at home. This might be a bit on the thicker side, but it should be fine. Okay, now we'll just mix this all together. These eggs are cooking pretty fast since the potatoes were so hot. Not sticking too bad to the bottom. Oh yeah, that's looking good now. And my eggs are probably like 80% cooked. I'm gonna kill the heat. Alright, I put some giant chunks of cheddar cheese on there. And seasoning wise, it would probably be okay. I have a ketchup packet and I have a taco sauce packet. I did not bring tortillas on this trip. Kind of wish I had one right now. Here we go. Let me mix it up. Give it a try, let you know what I think. Alright, I took a couple bites. Good flavor. The sausage is really good. The eggs kind of get lost in the texture of the potato and the texture of the sausage. But I mean, it's in there and you're getting that protein and those nutrients. I kind of mixed it around. The cheese was cold because it was in the bottom of the beer canister all night. So I'm letting the scramble mixture kind of warm up the cheese and soften it up a little bit. But overall, really good flavor. It does take a little more work than if you were to get breakfast from Mountain House or a similar dehydrated backpacking food company. But I feel like it tastes a lot fresher than just adding water to one of those dehydrated meals. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you think it's a waste of time and that the backpacking meals are just as good, or that if it's not worth your time on the trail. Again, it didn't take that much time. Heated up water and pre-soaked it, and while I was doing that, I was out breaking down sleeping pad, things like that, rolling up the sleeping bag. Came back, and it took probably 5 minutes to actually put the meal together. So it didn't take that much time on trail, and if you're going to be doing a lot of backpacking, I think you're going to be saving a lot of money if you're thinking about doing something like a John Muir trail where you needed 15 days worth of meals. That's going to cost you several $100s if you're going all REI dehydrated meals. So specifically in a situation like that, something like this I think could save you a lot of money. When I get home and edit the video, I'll give you a little breakdown where I compare this meal to a competitor and show you things like protein, fat, calories, weight, and that way you could get a better idea of this versus an alternative. So I'm back from backpacking. That meal was delicious. It does take a little bit more time to prepare than a normal dehydrated meal where you just add the water. But at the same time, it is a little cleaner than a normal dehydrated meal. The ingredients are a little bit healthier. My home fry scramble had 638 calories per serving. It has 48 grams of fat. There are 495 milligrams of cholesterol. And it has 1,978 milligrams of sodium. There are 45 grams of carbs and a pretty decent 37 grams of protein. Now to compare my home fry scramble, I found the Mountain House breakfast skillet. Mountain House has 520 calories per serving. They have 26 grams of fat, 520 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,420 milligrams of sodium, 46 grams of carbohydrates, and 28 grams of protein. And for the Mountain House breakfast skillet, each package contains 2 servings. I know companies do this because they want to appear to have a low amount of sugar or a low amount of carbs or whatever the reasoning is. But when you buy one of these meals and it says that there's 2 servings, but one serving is only 200 calories,
you're not going to want to start your day with that, or you're not going to finish your day with a meal that only offers 200 calories. You're going to eat the whole thing. You pour water in there, you're going to eat the whole breakfast. So when I compared these meals, I compared my breakfast to the entire bag. So when you compare the two, again, mine takes a little more effort to put together. As far as cholesterol, sodium, and carbohydrates go, both meals were pretty close to being the same. With fat, my meal had 48 grams of fat and theirs had 26 grams of fat. Fat is something that you're going to burn while backpacking, and it's, I think, good to get it when you can. And with protein, mine had slightly more protein. Another option for my meal, if you don't have the diced potatoes, you can purchase dehydrated hash browns. Hungry Jack is the hash brown that I've used before. I bought that at the Walmart. It seems like they always have it, and it rehydrates and it cooks up well, so you could use that in place of diced potatoes. And my breakfast had 638 calories. If I were to have brought a couple of tortillas, I could have probably gotten it up to 1,000 calories. Again, not something you would probably do every day because it is a little time consuming, but when you look at the ingredients, how clean the ingredients are, and then that you're getting a good amount of calories, fat, and protein, I was very happy, very satisfied after eating this breakfast on trail. Give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for checking out the video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you'd like, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future content, or click the box above to watch another video right now.